All right, are you ready for the hands-on practical portion of the dark web onion router browsers that are more private? We will take a look a little bit at the dark web as far as the onion router goes, but not too much, not too much. Okay, so here we are. I'm going to start off with Brave. Brave is a version of Chrome. So you have to realize that almost everything is a version of Chrome because Chrome is based on a project called Chromium, and you can look it up. But Google felt that was the way they were going to go. Android was going to be the stopgap until they got Chromium really running, but the Android became too popular, and they've had to try to secure that and make that more private as time has gone along. So basically, Edge is Chrome, Safari is not Chrome, but Brave is Chrome, DuckDuckGo is Chrome, and there's several others. So we're gonna start with Brave. And you just go to, brave.com and you can take a look at what all the features are here. Here's your different privacy features. And then they, yes, of course, provide some premium services like faster VPN service and so on. But I went right here, I went to Brave versus other browsers so that you can actually take a look. For instance, most people use Chrome. So what are the differences between Brave and Chrome? And of course, this is their sales, right? This is their pitch. But they are going to tell you, look, this is what we do automatically and how we're trying to protect you. And so you can just see that straight out. Now, the only thing that I have found bad with Brave is like all things these days, usually you get a little tiny a button up here that says I need to upgrade, and you hit update, not upgrade, update, and you hit that, and then it goes through its process of updating. And I've had that fail several times so that it's like, you need to reinstall Brave. And I'm like, I really don't want to. I don't want to do that because if I have to reinstall it, it means I need to export all my bookmarks or my favorites and then go and re-import that. That's the only thing I found, although I haven't checked that. I haven't checked to see if that's a problem in the last year. But I do use Brave. I use it quite a bit. So this is one that you can download. It's easy to install. And if you really want to check what is this versus that, or if you'd like to see, well, what kind of VPN do you have, right? It's right inside your browser. And really what that means is if the VPN is in the browser, you really just come up here and click and say turn on VPN, and it turns it on in the browser. It's just on, which is great. And so I've used that a bit and tested it out. Of course, this is usually where they're saying, hey, pay for the premium, you have all this better VPN service, which is how they're going to make their money. But this is free. Standard is just free. We can take a look at the premium services. See, there's Brave VPN, search, fastest growing private search engine. That means they're not tracking your searches on that. And then, of course, they actually have AI powered stuff as well. And again, you don't have to pay for any of it. You can just use it. DuckDuckGo, download the browser. Yeah, it's Chrome. So any one of these places can now just say, when Chrome updates, we'll update. But what are we doing? We're going to strip out all these anti-privacy things that Chrome has. So we're not going to track people like Chrome is doing. And so we're going to strip that out. Also, like any of you that are younger and you're into gaming and stuff, Chrome is like a real headache when it comes to that. They used to be really small and light. Now they're this big, huge, bloated thing. And they'll strip that out and not have that stuff in it. And of course, I actually have them both. So I have Brave, I have DuckDuckGo. I have both of those. If you're a Firefox fan, Firefox, of course, it's not any real different than Chrome. They're gathering information there as well. So this is Firefox and having everything stripped out so that you could focus on privacy, security, and freedom. Now, behind all of this, like McBride, why do you have Edge? Why do you have Brave? Why do you have DuckDuckGo? Why do you have LibertyWolf? Why do you have all this different stuff? Well, I use it primarily because Edge is what I use, honestly, Edge is what I use for school, as I've said, because it works really well with Microsoft stuff and stays logged in longer. And that's pretty much what I use over there. Safari I use on my Apple products and is better with their stuff. However, sometimes things don't work right, and especially when I'm working with students and they say, I can't get this application, can't get this assignment to work. Well, almost all those assignments are in a browser. And so I need other browsers that I can just look at and go, hey, why don't you download LibriWolf? It doesn't have a problem. They're different engines, right? I said Edge, Brave, DuckDuckGo, Chrome. That's all the same stuff. That's all the same. How it pulls up web pages, how it behaves is the same. So if I'm going to say to a student, oh, uh, let's see, what are you using Chrome? It's not working there. Try Edge. Well, that's pretty similar to trying Chrome. So if they were on an Apple device, I'd say try Safari because that's a totally different web engine that they use. And so if I'm going to recommend something to them to solve that problem, then I'll try out like LibriWolf, I'll use Firefox, something that's a totally different engine, and then say, there you go, use that. It worked. I tried it. And then that way, in the future, if they have that problem again, and those kind of flaky things do happen all the time, they can just go, oh, I'll just use that on the browser. And so I have quite a few that I use. Plus, I'm a techie. I just like to do that stuff. And then here's Tor. So I'm going to go ahead. Let's see. Do I have Tor actually installed on here? I can't remember if I do. I do. So there's Tor browser. So I've got that downloaded. That doesn't surprise me. I've had this Mac for a while. And so I'm going to pull that up. That's like the last thing we're doing here. Let's take a look at what Tor does. But again, there's also Opera. They kind of track you as well, but they have a VPN, involved in that. There's lots of other browsers. Vivaldi, I've been taking a look at. All right, so it's establishing a connection. So it's going out to that Tor network and finding that directory database basically and trying to make all these little connections. So you can see that the Tor browser already is probably frustrating you. All right, so let's see, what are more installed add-ons? I don't think I have any add-ons in there. But we're going to do a DuckDuckGo search. And if you're not familiar with that, DuckDuckGo made their fortune by you going to them and then they do the Google search for you. So it's kind of like a search VPN. So if you're just like, I really don't want Bing knowing or Google knowing, I don't want those tracking me. So I'll go over to DuckDuckGo and then basically DuckDuckGo pulls that search and then turns it over to you. So that's why they're doing that. That's just another layer. So let's go ahead and, I don't know, I should have done a search previous so I could show you some difference between them. But let's look for PC hacking. That should be pretty good. And first off, we'll just show you, like, how long does that take? Okay, so now let's go over to the DuckDuckGo browser, which is going to search privately, but I'm not part of the Onion network here. That was definitely faster. All right, so what do we get? Here's how to remove pop-ups and then try Hack Me. And let's go down through Hack the Box. These are all places that'll teach you. Geeks for Geeks, Fortinet, not Fortnite, Fortinet, IBM, what is hacking from IBM, Coursera, and so on. And give me some more results. Let's see how those compare. Try Hack Me, Hack the Box, Geeks for Geeks. Yeah, let's look in. There's Fortinet, Coursera, IBM. XDAdevelopers.com, 7 ways your PC can get hacked. Wait, XDA developers, is that different than what we got over here? Did I miss that one? Nope, there it is, XDA developers. Safe devices. Really what I'm trying to find so I can show you is that it does pull up different search results, which I'm on DuckDuckGo. It should be the same. There's Guru 99. Ethical hacking tutorial. Why I'm searching for hacking is a lot of that is protected, and so the search engines will not show you all the results for that. And actually, it looks like, yeah, that is a website there. Let's make sure there's Cisco Malwarebytes. Yeah, so that's actually different. So this Guru 99 does not pull up in the other search. Isn't that interesting? How to hack a website, online example. How to know if your phone is tapped, SQL injection tutorial. So this is teaching you how to hack here, and that is going through the Onion network, and it's not the same. Whoops, that's not the right one. It's not the same. So even the search, that just is kind of the easiest thing to show you with an Onion browser is the fact that even when you do a search and it's coming from the exact same place, it came from DuckDuckGo, which did the search against Google. It did not show the site, but we're going through Onion Router here, our Tor browser, and it does show this site. And I would probably find a lot more as I went through this. So that is it, really. Definitely, if you want more video on this, I can just, browse around and show you things on Onion browser or Tor browser. But that's how you get it. Let's just back up real quick and do a little tiny review. If you want the Tor browser, you go to torproject.org. It's a org, it's free, and you can download it for various operating systems. Windows, Mac, Linux, Android, and you can put it on your device and then you can search. As soon as you launch it, it's going to go, let me connect to that. Okay, I'm connected now. Now go ahead and do it. So if you have slow internet, it's going to be really, really slow once you do that. But every single website that you're pulling up into our browser is going to be very, very, very hard to track. Not impossible, but hard to track. But you should see a slowdown. All right, and then if you're looking and saying, well, I want more privacy, there are several browsers out there. If you like Firefox, go for LibriWolf. It strips out all the phone home stuff, is what they call it. But basically, the browser is sending back reports to Firefox that then they can then sell that information. So it's stripped out all of that. DuckDuckGo, which of course a lot of people know is just a search engine, but they also have a browser now that gives you privacy. And then Brave. And Brave offers other things beyond. And so you can usually directly connect in Brave with some VPN information straight through Brave. And that is a positive that you can do through that. There are others. There are others that I have not covered. There are hundreds and hundreds of browsers, if not thousands, that you can take a look at. So if you got any questions, let me know. Installing any of these is very easy. I think I have this, installed. So there's my Brave browser. There's DuckDuckGo. So I have them all installed. But yeah, you just download it. And yes, if you want to put this information together with other things that I've said, we do have the App Store, and you can go to the App Store in Microsoft or in Mac, and you can say, is Brave actually offered through here? Let me see. Oh, there's DuckDuckGo right there. This one's trying to make some money. Braver search. So Brave is not here, but there's Tor right there. Nord that I had mentioned, that's that VPN. So again, go to Microsoft Store, go to Apple Store, you're getting it safely, that you're not in the wrong place, install it, try it out. And please do try out this stuff, especially the Tor browser. Try that one out so you can see what is going on with it. Let me see if this is actually Tor. This is Brick Dust. Yeah, this is not actually. So they probably are giving you the browser. This is really lower. Yeah, Tor browser. Well, government use of VPN does not actually report it. Okay, so this is not the Tor browser. So look for that, right? How did I know? Private Orbit. Who the heck are these? Shouldn't this say, if this was Tor, shouldn't it actually say, not Guru 99? Sorry. where I don't know where I put it. It's over here someplace. Shouldn't it actually say that it's Tor project? That's what it should say on that. So yeah, you probably want to go to their site, which is understandable, to download that. Thanks for watching, and I'm glad again that you've taken the class, and I hope you enjoyed things in the course. And again, you got any question, just send me a message and I'll either create a video if it's a really long thing, or I'll just, answer you quickly. We will talk with you later.